episode is titled The Demon's Quest, Part 2. It came out on May 4th, 1993.
May the 4th be with you. In 1993.
Directed by Kevin Altieri, story by Len Wein and Denny O'Neil, written by Denny O'Neil, animation by Tokyo Movie Shinsha, or mostly known as TMS these days, featuring Kevin Conroy as Batman, Lauren Lester as Robin, Helen Slater as Talia Al Ghul, George DiCenzo as Ubu, David Warner as Riz Al Ghul, and Charles Howerton as the Captor.
I hardly know her.
Honorable mentions here. Tokyo Movie Shinsha, or TMS, animated this episode, and they previously produced the episodes that we reviewed, which were Two-Face Part 1, Fear of Victory, Feet of Clay Part 2, Holly and Ivy, and The Demon's Quest Part 1. Director Kevin Altieri has been credited previously on our On Leather Wings review. Story developer Len Wein has been credited previously on our review of Moon of the Wolf, and writer Denny O'Neil was credited previously in our last episode. So moving right along to acting creds. All returning voice actors have been credited previously on this podcast, such as David Warner in the episode Off Balance, or Charles Howerton, who played the Captor in this episode. He also played Lenny in Robin's Reckoning Part 2, the most notable role of Lenny. Do you remember Lenny?
Of course I remember Lenny.
Everyone remembers Lenny.
He was tending the rabbits. And...
Yeah, he was that guy that Robin, like, when he was a kid, was like, have you seen this man in the photo? And he's like, beat it, kid. I gotta
go on stage to play my hit song. I want to get away. My name is Lenny. Yeah. I beat up Robin, yeah.
Oh, God. As far as new acting creds go for this episode, Ubu is replaced. I didn't know that he got replaced in part 2. I thought he got replaced later on, but George DiCenzo voices Ubu in this episode. Instead of Manu Tupu. Manu Tupu is...
I am a Manu Tupu every morning. One at 9 and one at 12.
So George DiCenzo is now voicing Ubu. The reason I think he was replaced is because Ubu had way more lines of dialogue in this episode, and I know that this show, they would like obviously have people, and if Andrea Romano was thinking, that's just not quite there, she would never embarrass them. She would finish the recording, they would leave, and then she'd be like, so-and-so, can you like come here and can you record these lines and say it like this? So I think because there were so many lines for Ubu in this episode, instead of part 1 where he only had a few bits of dialogue, including his name, Ubu. I think it was just one of those things, Ubu. So George DiCenzo is also known for playing Sam Baines in Back to the Future. I didn't look to who that character was, but I'm sure he was probably a side character.
I'm Sam Baines. Wait, Baines is your last name? Yes, no one's ever asked me about my first name. And it's Sam? It's Sam. Sam Baines.
You don't look like a Sam. To you.
Of course.
Major Benchley is Major Benchley. Wow. George DiCenzo plays Major Benchley in Close Encounters. He plays the character Bo.
I've tried to watch that movie and I
boring. I know. I agree. I'm out.
Not as boring as this fucking episode. Let me tell you that much.
Spoiler. We've also got he played Bao or Bo in He-Man. I don't know the character. The character Stedman in The Exorcist 3. I threw that in there for you.
Wait. Which one's Stedman?
I don't know. George DiCenzo plays Stedman in The Exorcist 3. I knew you were going to do this, but I put it in there for you just in case you're like, oh, I remember. But also, I know you're a fan of The Exorcist 3, so I did it for you because you like it. I've still not seen it.
What did you say?
Tell me to watch it.
What's the character name?
Stedman. Stedman. I am Stedman, dun, da, 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 and I'm filling this void as Will does his Googling.
Don't really remember him. I've only seen the film once, but yeah.
I don't think he was a big character. I don't think, he was one of the main characters in it. I had to scroll a bit in the cast list of Exorcist 3 to get to him. But finally, George DiCenzo voices Captain America in the 60s Spider-Man cartoon show and also in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Spider-Man! All right, going into Utility Belt of Fun Facts. The beginning of this episode where a rejuvenated, that was hard for me to say, rejuvenated and insane Riz Al Ghul rises back to life from the Lazarus Pit is taken from the ending of Batman number 243 from the comic titled The Lazarus Pit. However, this episode is primarily an adaptation of the story The Demon Lives Again. Both stories written by Denny O'Neil and art by Neil Adams and Dick Giordano.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew you would know.
I'm pretty sure it's Giordano, yeah.
Giordano or Giordano. It's a G.
Oh.
Then we got then we got Kevin Altieri lobbied to make this adaptation a reality from the very start of production.
Kevin Altieri! Kevin Altieri.
The image from Neil Adams' comic always struck me, he said. The director noted, Batman stripped to the waist with that saber, wearing only the mask and tights, not the cape or anything else. I think it is the single greatest image Adams ever contributed to the character.
Just fucking packing John Hamm dong. Like,
oh my God. So much beef. Like, there was so much beef.
This is the Let's Hear It for the Boys episode of Batman the Animated Series.
At one point, when his shirt was off, he was knocked down on the ground, and my TV was just all chest.
The biggest beefsteak was like his chest, like just. It looked like I was sitting on him, and my arse cheeks were just like, and he was like, fucking hell.
Like he was benching you. Yeah. He was full on flex.
Well, a bit heavier than he looks.
Why is he Scottish?
Fucking, when I start lifting, I get fucking pressure, mate. Oh.
So Batman's Scottish when he's lifting weights.
Oh,
I'm the fucking Batman.
I'm the fucking Batman, you cunt. Get me a Scotch egg.
This time I shall attend to you personally.
And then finally, the scene where Batman and Robin leap from the mountaintop is used in a lot of promo material for this show, especially in the credits for the adventures of Batman and Robin, which we will get to in not that many episodes from now, where they change the title sequence and they have more episodes focused on the two of them.
Do they bring back the what's da 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 da?
That's the theme they use for that, yeah. And then at the end, it's like dun, 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 dun. It like ends really abruptly.
That's right,
and they fall down. Okay, we're going straight on to review now. First question, as always, what did you think of this episode? Here we go, strap in.
I didn't like it.
No, you did not. I know. Why didn't you like it?
I'm running on fumes. I've had terrible sleep for the past 3 days. My dog's been fidgeting, and it's been stormy here, and needed poops in the middle of the night. All types of things.
You need the Lazarus Pit, man. You need rejuvenating.
I do. So I chucked this episode on, and you know me, I'm not a big Riz Al Ghul fan, and this was an absolute struggle for me. And I was like, I get it. You like Indiana Jones. Like, I get it.
Well, they were basing it off of old adventures that Indiana Jones was based off. That's where they were.
I know, but the kiss, like with the moon, the sun, I was like, this is so Indiana Jones. And also, when Riz explains his plan, I nearly fell asleep.
Oh, dude.
So he was like, no, hear me out. So there's a satellite in the sky, right? And it's got this cool name that goes back to ancient Greece because there was this guy and he did this thing. Anyway, that's semantics. So there's multiple pits, right? And when they all go up, we're gonna put cranes with bombs over there. Stay with me, please. I'm nearly through. We're gonna put cranes with bombs. The satellite's gonna blow them all up. I mean, we could just do them all remotely at the same time. I don't know why we have a satellite. That was Ubu's plan, but fuck that. He just said Ubu. I think that's what he meant, but I'm not quite sure. And then, we blow it up, and then that equal sign end of world question mark? How does that end the world? Blowing up all Lazarus pits, it's like, and suddenly chemicals cover the earth, and then it grows back to the Last of Us cities, and then the world is saved.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me because I was like, how? I know the Lazarus Pit turns people crazy, but it's only temporary, and it wouldn't be enough to wipe out.
Ubu said to Batman at the beginning of the episode, like, careful, like, if don't go in there, because if you're not dying, then it will, like, kill you, basically.
The chemicals can revive the dying, but will kill a healthy person. I get it.
Oh, well, that explains a bit more then, I guess. But still, it was like, I don't know, it was such a stretch. And I was surprised that Riz's plan was to blow out the pits, because that means he's not going to be able to use them anymore.
Well, he also said at the beginning of the episode as well, not even I can use them constantly. So,
Oh, wow. I really was missing out on
what
those.
did you do for the first 2 minutes of the episode? Podcast. Bacon. No, not bacon. Podcast.
Okay, well, I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was good as part one, but I didn't mind it. But I like the adventure stuff. You know, I've always been a fan
The
of that.
adventure wasn't good. It
But
was a
I
bad
also-
adventure.
I love all the odes.
Why did Robin just fuck off as well? Why was he like,
I
fuck
know.
off, Robin?
Yeah,
When you might need my help, Batman. Like, shit has been... What if, like, me and Talia are, like, you know, about to hook up? I don't want you, you know, around for that.
Well, what was weird is after the mission was over, Robin's just waiting for him in the desert in a plane. I'm like, how did he know to do
I
that?
found a plane, Batman. Oh, good job, Robin. Oh, just good job? Really? I found a way home? I'm a billionaire. We would have got home. Like, good job on your plane. Do you know how to fly it? No. Oh, great job. Your inanimate object. Thanks, Robin.
So it's finally over? We've seen the last of Riz Al Ghul?
Looks that way.
The plane, I noticed, had skis. And I was like, oh, that makes sense to land in the desert. But then when it comes to landing on a proper runway, they're fucked because it's just got skis for landing gear
That's
instead
why
of
they land-
wheels.
That's why they land on water.
Oh, so you think they're going to go land on water somewhere?
Yeah.
Batman's like, great job, Robin. Now we're stuck in the middle of the ocean instead of the middle of the
Cool.
desert.
Would you take me to Point Nemo, you prick?
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't use Robin on the mission because he could have used him several times when
Yeah.
he was imprisoned and fighting Raish. But I like the odes to James Bond. It just is so Bond in this episode. And I know, but for me, I love spotting all that stuff. There was so many odes to Bond, like it was a villain's lair. I'm surprised there wasn't a countdown. Will you open your eyes? I'm surprised there wasn't some countdown to like the world ending like they have in those movies. There were men all dressed in the same outfits, which is very, you know, like he's got a big team of henchmen that are all the same. And yeah, I don't know. It just felt a bit like the Living Daylights. He even dresses up in like the whole desert traveler. I'm doing this. All right, I'll stop on the
Christ.
Bond odes, but I enjoyed that. But I also agree the episode itself wasn't that great. So yeah, it kind of falls by the wayside compared to the first one.
And Talia, who is a great character, is completely chucked away with this. She's just like, I think you're cute. I
know.
Like, it's
she's-
like really pushing her into a corner of just like, I love you. It's like,
Yeah.
I know you have more depth than that, Talia. No, I just love Bruce. He's cute. It's like, come on.
Will you hand this to him? It's like a note.
Well, like, what are they called? Like the things that you do that with, like the triangles and the heads.
Yeah.
He won't take over the League of Shadows. Oh no!
Which is why I must ask you again, Detective. Will you wed my daughter and carry on for me when I am gone?
The answer is still no.
Okay, moving on. What did you think of the animation in part 2 compared to part 1?
I think I liked part 1 a bit better.
Yeah, I think so too. I think part 1 had more rich depth to it than this one.
And I had that anime twang that I like when this studio does the animation.
Yeah, they weren't as good in this one. Maybe they had their B team on part 2 and their A team on part 1. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I was impressed by like they kept the scratch marks on Batman's costume at the beginning of the episode from the previous one. And I was like, they didn't have to do that. That's an added detail that you know they kept up and they had to keep for the whole Lazarus Pit scene. But you can see Batman's grey costume right before he duels with Raish topless. Like it pans over and he's just there's grey underneath his cowl, and I was like, that he doesn't have his costume on.
It is the only chance you will have to stop that satellite.
Well, it's pretty softcore porn the way like the shirts are removed. He's like, no boys, no. Oh. Oh.
I was expecting him to be like Hulk Hogan, like, what you gonna do, Ubu?
When Batman runs wild on you. And I love that Raish was like, leave his mask on for honor, but also, I'm kind of into that. Not gonna lie. Mask shirtless. Talia, I see what you see now. Maybe he could take over with me instead. Father, no.
They get together. Raish is like, carry me across the threshold and make sweet, sweet love to me.
I want you to be my new Ubu. I want you to give me a boo-boo in the bedroom. Ubu. I want sex.
Put it in my Lazarus pit.
Did you see when he was laying down? It was just pure band beef on his boobs. My God, his chin disappeared. It was pure beef.
The grill isn't big enough for those beefsteaks.
That's right. That's a view I could get used to, if you know what I'm saying. Let's unsheath our swords. Whoa, shirtless. Let's hear it for Batman.
You have nothing to lose by telling me what you're doing here.
Yes, I suppose I do owe you that much, Detective, since in many ways you are responsible for it.
What did you think of the music in this episode?
Very Indiana Jones.
I mean, I know again that you say that because there are references, but it's
Lawrence
even more
of Arabia and all that type of stuff.
Lawrence of Arabia, and also there's those old serial adventure shows that, that's what inspired Spielberg and Lucas to do Indiana Jones in the first place, and that's what a lot of the directors on this show were inspired by as well, because I've always been like, Indiana Jones, they're like, yeah, for you, but for us it was like the old serials from the 50s and things like that.
Found any treasure?
Not yet, but we are hoping to find the tomb of our last Inca chief.
People have been looking for Manco's tomb for a long time.
You know his name?
But not yours.
My name is Pachakutek. And you?
Call me Harry.
Okay, so we open with Raish milking the crowd as he's about to perform his finishing move on Talia, looking like fucking Aquaman in those green tights as well. I was waiting for him to be like, do you want to see it? Do you want to see it?
You're dressed like a bat. I dig it.
He also does like a little flex as well when he's checking out his new body. Like,
I'm fucking swole. Holy shit. Just never mind skipping leg day. Skip all gym. Just fucking get in the pit, bro.
That's his new fitness routine, like body by Lazarus. And he's like,
a few drips of this behind the neck each day and you'll feel like a kid again.
You look refreshed, Father. Renewed.
By the way, I did not mention last time, but Talia looking pretty fly in that belly dancing outfit. I must say, it is a look that I enjoy, and that's all I will say about that.
Very nice.
Looking like I'm on holiday and she's by the pool, in that.
Yeah, but in terms of fit check, it's got to be Batman shirtless. That's the biggest sex symbol in this episode.
Yes, it's true. That one, even when like. He was, as you said, he like had the shirt ripped off. I was watching it, and even I was like, I get it.
Yeah, me too. I was like, maybe.
Ubu!
So Batman and Robin escape the collapsing cave. Collapsing cave.
This cave is collapsing. Ah!
As it was collapsing, I noticed that all the rocks were green, which I thought was weird because I thought it was like the projection of the Lazarus pit on the rocks, but they were just green. It looked more like Krypton being destroyed. I was like, why are they green rocks?
It's probably just because it matches with the light,
Well, and it just like fits in the vibe, I guess. Yeah.
I think it would have been too much animation to think about where the light source is for those pieces of debris.
Yeah, TMS, lazy.
That's not what I was saying. I'm just saying it's rightfully fine.
And also, how did Batman and Robin survive the walk in the snowy mountains?
They just hoofed it, bud.
And they're like, oh, look, we're Wayne Enterprises, Nepal. How long did it take them to walk there? They were freezing. Robin has sleeves on. Like, he's freezing.
But he could wrap his cape. I was actually thinking a lot about this while watching the episode. And I was like, I guess he could take his cape and like wrap it around his body. And then like him and Batman can like huddle together to keep a bit warm. Like, at least they have full... What?
Take your shirt off, Batman.
This is not the time, Robin.
I want to do a bit of sword fighting, if you know what I mean. It's a little cold, though. Hold on, let me try and find it.
You call that a sword? It smells like a toothpick.
It's my little bobbin.
Bobbin. Maybe they could have kept like sliding down the hill. You know?
Slide down what?
The hill.
A very poor choice of words. Yeah, that whole scene, like, even if
Very poor choice of words, isn't it, Master Wayne?
Hagrid Joker.
Hagrid Joker.
You wanna know where I got these scars? Eh?
Hey, my father. He was a drinker and he fiend, he was. He bloody well beat me up. I didn't like it very much. I turned out fine just the same, though.
One day he came with me at the kitchen knife.
Bloody laughing way, does it? I tell you that, cheek.
And he said, "Why so serious? Eh?"
I shouldn't have told you that. Shouldn't have told you that.
Yeah, to just see him in the street where Batman's on the bat cycle coming at him, and he's like, "Come on, hit me. Do it."
Come on, bloody hit me already, Christ. Hey, Norbit would hit me by now.
Harmless creatures, bats, aren't they?
That's right. What's another Hagrid line?
Misunderstood creatures.
You're a bat, Bruce. No, it's not very good.
A what?
You're a Batman, Harry. I'm the bloody Joker, isn't it?
He's got a beard, so you wouldn't see any of that.
It's green, like he's just Hagrid, but his brown is purple and his hair is green.
What's with the flower? Hagrid, have you combed your hair?
As a matter of fact, I have.
So yeah, my love that Batman moment was Batman stalking the camel riders in the desert. I really love that shot of him like stalking through the rocks and stuff. But I did think that the camel should be an honorary member of the Society of Shadows, as he sensed Batman was there when no one else did. Like the camel caught on to Batman being there, and I was like, that camel is a ninja. Someone give him a sword and a job.
I'm a member of the League of Shadows. And I carry a lot of water and a hump on my back. Is that where they keep the water in the hump, or is that just like a thing that I think that's true?
I've always thought that that's true. So
what if you like fucking jabbed at it? You could be like, like take a big drink out of it.
It's not a water balloon. You can't just like milk it.
You know, if you're
milk
like
a camel like that,
dying of thirst in the Sahara, can you like just like fucking take a little hole out? Well, he's like, "Oi, that's mine, mate. I was saving that."
People just sucking on a hump.
I don't speak camel, bud. So it sounds like Ubu to me.
I did enjoy the whole disguise that Batman got, but it was so obvious it was him because you could see his eyes and his mask through like the wrappings. You could see his gloves, and people looking back at him, and he's like, "Yep, just me, regular old Joe."
So someone looks at him, he's like, I'm like, the fuck is that guy?
When do we start saluting? Also, the thug that Batman took down is definitely dead, as he's going to wake up in a remote desert and just die of thirst.
God killed him. The desert took him, not me.
He could have sucked on a camel's hump.
That's right. Survival 101 when you're out in the desert. Cut a cartoonishly perfect symmetrical hole in a camel's hump, and then it'll be pure nectar out of that thing, baby.
Lovely lady humps. Bring it on.
Yeah, well, you get one with 2 lumps. Oh, the other one's chocolate milk. Like a brown cow. Where did you study? I traveled the world, Robin. These are the things that I learned. I think someone took the absolute piss training you, mate. What?
What is this guy?
What's like another old thing like chocolate milk from a brown cow? Like what's something silly like that as well?
Miss?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Let me think.
Robin, don't make that face. You could stay like that forever. Something Harry Houdini taught me. He stepped on a crack, Robin. He killed his mother.
My mother's dead, and so is yours.
Robin, wait, it's a ladder. Don't go under. 7 years of bad luck. That's how I killed my parents when I was a child. Alfred was up there and he was dusting, and I went under the ladder, and my parents died. It's tragic.
I should be ladder man. This is all wrong.
Yes, Father, I shall become a ladder. Strike fear into my enemies.
And get up to very high heights.
What is the meaning of this disturbance, Ubu?
Forgive me, master, but I discovered this most unworthy one spying.
Oh?
So I was surprised that Raisha's estimate was 2,056,986,000 deaths. And my first thought was, whose job was it to count that? You know what I mean? Like, I need you to just figure it out.
We have a nerd on our team. No way.
Like some poor guy that joined the League of Shadows, the Society or whatever.
Well, actually, the calculation is just an assumption. Oh, this fucking guy. Here we go again. I know it's not the real figure, but it's, it's nice to say something that's, around it to get the people going. Like, whoa, that's a big number. I can't just say it will be a big number of people. That doesn't have the same weight to it.
Well, I'm a ninja by trade. No, you're not.
That is a lie. What school did you go to?
Ninja school.
I got me there. That's where I went.
They taught me math, and they taught me ninja.
All right, you've proved that you're worthy of the League of Shadows.
Actually, it's the Society.
Oh, you got me on a technicality. Hey, Talia, what do you think of this guy? It's pretty cool. Maybe go with him.
He's like picking his nose.
Did you know there's over 2 billion microorganisms in this single booger?
That's how many people are gonna die if you hit that trigger.
See, he's got a lot to say. He's interesting. I bet you didn't know that, huh? Talia, well, she's gone, guy. Need to work on the Riz, I think.
Riz Al Ghul, bro. Riz Al Ghul.
Riz Al Ghul. My name is Riz Al Ghul. Yeah, yes, we're training you up. All right, go ahead. Sup, shorty. Ooh. No. Oh, sorry. Hey. Good.
How about you make them cakes clap?
Oh, he really blew his fucking shot, man.
I riz and I raz.
I want to Talia Al your ghoul, if you know what I'm saying.
No.
Oh, buddy, too far. Reel in the Riz.
Oh my god. What's this character's name? Melvin? That's the first name that comes to mind.
Melvin.
Riz Al Ghul. Melvin.
Great at math. Better at ninja. At the ninja school. Oh, really? Yeah.
You gonna pass that joint, Raish, or what?
I would, but it's done, bud. It's done. Got any more?
He's totally that guy, isn't he?
Oh, we blew through this one. We. Old Ubu here was hogging it, am I right?
Ubu.
Where's Riz Al Ghul? I want to teach him some things.
But that will cost countless lives.
Actually, Detective, we have counted. 2,056,986,000.
So Batman beats the shit out of Ubu multiple times in this episode. Ubu just talks the talk, but he can't walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? Like every time he comes up against Batman, he gets his ass kicked.
The Perhaps, Detective, it is time that you and I finally finish this.
Like, the entire time, I was like, Ubu, why are you there? You know what I mean? Like, he's faithful to Raish and, you know, and all that stuff, but why? Like, I want to know Ubu's backstory. You know what I mean?
He's kind of like, maybe he's like, you know what? It's funny to think about it. He's kind of like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises in this, isn't he?
He's a
Do you
little
think
bit,
he secretly loves Talia or something?
Ooh, he is a little bit like that. You're right. And kind of similar lines as well, and some of the things he said.
Same head shape.
What, bald?
Yeah. Oh, you guys have the same head shape. Bald. You're a bald guy.
For you.
And then we get the whole scene where Batman's caught, and Batman gets a little smooch from Talia before he's taken away by the two guards. That if this was shot live action today, those two guards would be us. There's like a redhead guy, and there's a balding guy that's hiding it in his turban or whatever. I was like,
come on, Talia. We're cameos for the really niche podcast.
And then your line is like, I don't know why it's going to take two of us to watch him. And I was like, yep, that's his only line.
I get the royalty check because I get to say something.
I just look at you and nod.
Ubo. Oh, fuck, that's not Ubo.
One can only wonder why the Master thought it would require two of us to guard him.
And then sneaky Batman holding a lockpick in his mouth, but I don't know how he managed to speak so much with that thing in his mouth. Like,
he trained around the world.
At ninja school.
That's right. That's lesson 1. How to speak regularly with shit in your mouth.
That's how Bane learned.
I can make a really dirty joke there, but I won't.
Make your assumptions.
On the dirt. Okay, moving on.
I was going to call the Lazarus Pit Glory Hole, but everyone went, no, don't do that. I don't understand why.
But I come out with it in great glory. You know, and you're like, you go in the pit, it shoots out everywhere. Just absolute eruption of goo.
Why do people listen to this show? we do the same jokes. Like, we make jokes about dirty sex stuff or poop, and it's always funny to us.
Poop and sex, they're pretty good topics.
Come out, carpet.
Eruption. Quick, someone get the Riz man.
Do you need a towel?
I do.
Let me clean that up for you. There we go.
Where am I going? I was about to start a softcore porn there. Oh, you cleaned it up pretty good, Riz man.
If you see Batman with his shirt off, gets me in the mood.
You'll destroy yourself.
And speaking of which, what did you think of the topless sword fight? Yeah, just meh. I mean, I thought it was cool. Like, I like how they're talking trash at each other as they're doing it. You know what I mean? They're not just like, huh, huh, huh. Like, they're both like dueling, both mentally and physically, which I enjoyed. But I did think Batman destroying the satellite transmitter was a really lame way of stopping the plan, because Ra's is like, "You'll never stop my plan, detective," and he's like,
he broke the single satellite that controls all of this. Now it's ruined. Should have gone with Ubu's remote detonator plan.
Whoopsie.
This unsung hero will trigger the bomb.
He also, why did he fight next to the one thing that could stop it? You know, like, of all the places in the desert you could have a sword fight, he's like, let's go near the thing that you could destroy to stop my
whole
plan.
fucking desert, and I decide to fight here? Christ.
Not enough Riz man, am I right?
That doesn't even make any sense. Oh, the pit's really fucking with me this time. One too many times in the pit. Oh. What's going on in world news? Nazi salute. You can keep it in. I don't care.
I was going to say that's relevant.
Nazi salutes in this day and age. Ooh. I was there. Thought that shit was over with. I was there for the Romans as well, and let me tell you, they did not say hello like that. They sucked each other off. That's how they said hello. Hey, what?
They came up with the name Gloriole, actually.
That's right. Those were the days. The Roman glory hole days. We have gone off the rails on this episode.
Oh, man.
I am merely old. Older, perhaps, than you can imagine.
Loose skin and old balls. Gross.
So when Ra's is hanging above the pit and Batman was reaching for him, I wonder if Batman was having flashbacks to the Joker's origin. Because, you know, obviously that's how the Joker was made. And when you come out of the pit, you're like a laughing maniac. So do you think Batman's like, not again? Like, Jesus, every time I don't catch someone.
Pay attention to this green goo. Seems like it turns people into my arch nemesis.
Rage comes out with clown makeup. Hello, detective.
Do you want to know how I got these scars?
I just witnessed it.
No, not these ones. You have to find the ones I'm... Okay. All right, that's enough.
Victory is yours, detective. Perhaps it is time I am finally one with the planet I so love.
And then at the end, the plane picks up Batman after Ra's falls in the pit. Batman and Talia have a movie poster kiss in front of the sunrise before he flies away. And before it's all over, Ra's surfaces out of the pit, full of crazed laughter, and the episode ends. All right, moving straight into our top three. Almost got him. Joker's Favor, The Laughing Fish, in no particular order, are our three top episodes so far. Buddy, does this episode replace any of those for you?
No.
Definitely not. I agree. But ranking out of 10, what would you give this out of 10?
A 3 out of 10.
3? Whoa!
I didn't like it. I thought the plan was weak. I thought...
You liked Blind as a Bat more than this?
Yes, I did.
Wow. Okay.
I thought the plan was weak. I thought it was, you know, I know they're paying homage to these old things, but we've seen it done so many times that it wasn't anything new. It was very classic. It was like the end of every fucking modern superhero movie. It's like, I'm going to destroy the world and there's a countdown. And, oh, I've got to stop you in this location somewhere. I stopped you. Like, I was just like, when they were fighting across that pit, I was like, oh, God, this is like the end of every fucking Marvel movie today. So
it's true. And I know it was done before the Marvel movies, but again, it pays ode to the Marvel comics probably. And like,
what I'm saying is that it's just really cliche stuff. Like, I know that they're homaging to these old style of stories, but I don't know, I wasn't into it. Just wasn't into it.
That's fair. And
I didn't like the way they treated Talia in these episodes. They really kind of made her absolutely pathetic, and I didn't like that because I really like Talia.
Yeah, they took her character way down. She's got so many great episodes coming up where like her character really shines. So we'll get on to those. But yeah, I like the odes, but yeah, not enough to make this go any higher for me. This episode was a 6 out of 10 because I still like the odes and all of that, but that's about where it lands. Then we got Fit Check. We've got topless and capeless Batman is certainly a look, as we've established. Ra's also topless. That's hard to say. Ra's also topless. Ra's also topless. Ra's also topless. Bruce and Dick rocking their casual street clothes at Wayne Enterprises. Batman dresses up as a member of the League on Camelback. Ra's in his like swashbuckling outfit and cape. He had like he went for a real like Batman look where he's like, I like your cape.
Yeah. Afterwards, he was like, Ubu, make note, black capes look really fucking cool. I want one.
And finally, Talia wearing that very fetching tropical holiday outfit that she wears this entire episode.
Oh my.
Oh. Then moving on to next week, we're going to be watching His Silicon Soul. Do you remember what that episode is about?
When Batman finds out that he's a robot.
when Batman finds out that he's, well, yeah, I suppose that's true. Batman finds out he's a robot, but it's not like our Batman. The Batman is a robot. It's just the robot version of him is like, wait, I'm a robot?
Yeah.
That's the whole show. We don't need to do it now. That sums it up.
Skip the episode. What's next?
No. Do you not like, from memory, is it one that you're not fond of? Or?
No, I have no memory of it besides the I'm a robot.
Oh, Master Bruce, you did give me a start. Sir, are you all right?
Alfred, what's happened to me?
All right, so we will come back next week and review his Silicon Soul.